Call the May 19th, 2022 voting session to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Colleen, will you please call roll?
Mr.
Ambrose. Zoom.
Here.
Sento.
Here.
Mr. King.
Here.
Glenn.
Here.
Mr. O'Neill.
Here.
Mr. Ross.
Here.
Mr. Zaritsky. Ms. Belcastro.
Here. Mr. Pascati.
Yes, the board held an executive session immediately prior to the May 11th work session between 6:15 and 7 o'clock to discuss personnel, litigation, and to receive information and to discuss the safety and security plan presented by the superintendent that is completed each year as required by law. Also, there was an executive session this evening, again, immediately prior to tonight's meeting from 5:30 to 7 to discuss personnel, litigation, and to receive information.
Thank you.
Dr. Perry is going to address the questions from last meeting.
Just to clarify, with regards to the executive session and the school safety plan, that's not the health and safety plan. The district is required to present to the board all the safety things we do for our staff and students in the district. It is not permitted to be public information because it is safety related. So we are required to provide an update to the board on all the safety issues that we address here in the district to be proactive with regards to safety. So that's what that is. As far as public comment goes, I think everybody here has been here and knows the protocol for public comment. Also a reminder that there is a sign-in sheet that you can put your name on if you do make public comment. I am going to provide response to the questions that were presented with regards to the reading series, if I can find it. What I just do? What I do with it? Give me a second. There we go. I can do that. So I'm going to recap what I believe through public comment and the email that we received on the reading series. One of the questions was, would we consider waiting another year to implement the new series and continue with Journeys? Into Reading, which is the most recent version of Journeys, was eliminated by the committee from the start. So we're not considering continuing with Journeys. As far as being too advanced, we want to challenge our students. We want to improve foundational reading skills in order to improve comprehension. So our students will succeed not just in reading, but across all content areas through their career here at Central Valley. And I am confident we have supports in place in all of our buildings for students for both remediation and for enrichment if needed with regards to the course work. As far as being behind with COVID, as was stated, the data reviewed from the grade level cohorts have remained relatively the same pre and post COVID. Once again, we have supports in place in all of our buildings for any students for both remediation and enrichment. As far as trade books go, with questionable content, can we just eliminate all the trade books? We're not going to eliminate the trade books. There's a process, or there will be a process in place to make sure that grade level teachers and building administration review all materials before any supplemental materials are used by our classroom teachers. That's a process we do all the time now already. Beside the trade books, teachers have access to supplemental reading materials from many different resources that could be used by classroom teachers. So, it's not that the trade books are the only supplemental materials that we would have to consider before we implemented them in our classrooms. And as far as the comment about the teachers are at a 50-50 split, the teachers were asked to rate materials based on the rubric that was to determine if the series met the criteria the committee was looking for. Both series substantially met the criteria. Both are good series that they reviewed. The scale was 1 to 5, with 5 being complete. Amplify was at a 4.4, Wonders with a 4.26. It was not a pick which one you like out of the two. Rubric was designed to evaluate the programs independently and not in competition with each other. So I appreciate the questions from those folks interested in digging deeper into the reading series. And I hope that that provides some feedback for your questions.
Thank
Okay.
you. So moving on, public comments on agenda items.
Any public comment?
Nope.
Okay,
So moving on, minutes to approve the voting session minutes from the April 21st, 2022 meeting that can be found on attachment A. May I have a motion?
Move.
Bloom, second. Mrs. DeCenzo, any discussion? All in favor?
aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Treasurer's report, Mr. King.
The following bills and reports are submitted for approval. Number one, to confirm the April 2022 general fund payments in the amount of $1,172,790.79. Attachment B. Number two, confirm the April 2022 cafeteria fund payments in the amount of $102,224.42. Attachment C. Report to approve the April 2022 Berkheimer report, attachment D. Make that motion.
Mr. O'Neill, seconds. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. There isn't anything under board policy, so I'm going to move to Mr. O'Neill with negotiation.
To approve the amendment to the agreement with the business manager and authorize the proper district officials to execute the contract.
Making that motion. You making that motion?
I'd like to make that motion, yes.
Mr. Moad, seconds. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Ross, education.
Number one, to approve, confirm the release time staff development request. There's a conference. The location is in the left column. Individual attend that conference is in the middle there. Date is 7/17 through 7/18/2022. Two, to approve the 2022 graduation list for the Central Valley High School. Attachment E. Three, to approve updates to the high school program of study for the 2022-2023 school year. Attachment F. Four, to approve in accordance with the policy, the final adoption of the following K through 5 reading series. Amplify CKLA. So moved.
Second.
Mr. Bloom, seconds. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Nothing for technology.
Continuing to do a great job. Mr.
I was going to say. thank
Keep
you
up the
for-
good work.
Thank you for your time. Athletics, back to you, Mr. King. Kathy never has any.
Number one, to approve the following summer conditioning programs beginning June 7th, 2022 through August 12th, 2022 at a stipend of $10 an hour, not to exceed 60 total hours. Boys basketball, Brandon Ambrose. Girls basketball, Chris Rasso. Cross country, Bill King. Football, Mark Lyons. Boys soccer, Jack Shear. Girls soccer, Drew Bowman. Volleyball, Candace Glumac. Cheerleading, Heather Samovosky. Girls tennis, Dwayne Hardick. Number two, to approve the medic rescue to provide emergency medical transportation for the Central Valley School District as per agreement at an annual fee of $3,400. Attachment G. Move.
Mrs. DeCenzo, seconds. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mrs. DeCenzo, extracurricular activities.
FYI, the field trip, there's a grid, descriptions in the first column. The group is in the second column and the dates that they'll be attending is in the third. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Building and Grounds, Mr. Zaritsky isn't here. So number one is to approve, confirm the following building usage requests pending final approval from the superintendent regarding the review of the organization's health and safety plan, as well as the liability waiver sign off. In the chart, you see the building, the middle is the organization, the dates of those, and the purpose for that. And FYI, building usage for the youth soccer group in April has changed their week in the summer from June 13th to the week of June 27th. I make that, so move.
Okay.
Ross seconds. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Personnel items, Mr. Bloom.
Yeah. Looking to approve the resignation of Tanya Wang, paraprofessional, effective June 3rd, 2022, found on attachment H. Number two, to approve the resignation of Beth Hughes, paraprofessional, effective June 3rd, 2022, attachment I. Number three, to approve an FMLA request for a middle school teacher from August 22nd, 2022 through January 3rd, 2023. Number four, to approve the following personnel for extended school year pending receipt, review, and acceptance of all clearances: Megan Knight, Chelsea Costello, Julie Rosensteel, Sonia Rocknick, and Drew Bowman. Paraprofessional to be paid their hourly rate to be determined. Number five, to approve an FMLA request for a custodian from April 25th, 2022 through August 15th, 2022. Number six, to approve the resignation of Robert Kane, paraprofessional, effective May 10th, 2022, found on attachment J. Number seven, to approve the resignation of Anthony Pisano, paraprofessional, effective June 3rd, 2022, attachment K. Anything else, Dr. Perry?
No, sir.
I so move.
Right. Second,
Second.
Moad, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Finance items, Mr. Ambrose is not here this evening. Number one, to approve to exonerate Berkheimer from collection of the unpaid 2021 center real estate taxes in the amount of $481,999.16 and a penalty of $24,100.09. Victoria Leininger from the collection of unpaid 2021 Potter real estate taxes in the amount of $24,825.57 and a penalty of $1,241.28. And Virginia DeBacco from the collection of unpaid 2021 Monaco real estate taxes in the amount of $202,959.79 and a penalty of $10,241.50. The unpaid 2021 real estate taxes have been filed with the Beaver County Tax Claim Bureau of Collection. Number two is to approve the following Highmark Health Insurance monthly renewal rates for the 2022-2023 school year. This is reflects a 12% increase. You see the prices there. Number three, to approve a one-year renewal with Guardian Dental for the 2022-2023 school year. Monthly rates are as follows. This reflects no increase. And number four, to approve the adoption of the preliminary proposed final general fund budget for the 2022-2023 school year. This includes revenues of $441,179,491 and expenditures of $40,217,784. The school code mandates final adoption of this budget after 30 days following tentative adoption and the budget to be available for the public review of 20 days prior to final adoption. The budget reflects a 2.77 millage tax increase. Mr. Moad, do I have a second? Mr. King, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public comment.
Any public comment?
Okay. Superintendent comment.
Drive home safe tonight. everyone.
All right. And I'm going to switch it up tonight. Any board member have a comment?
I'd just like, I had an opportunity to attend the awards banquet last night, the academic awards, and I just thought it was a great opportunity for our kids to be recognized, and but we really have some sharp kids, and to hear that we set a history here last night with all the years that we now have merged. But this was the first class to beat everyone else as far as the academics, point average and whatever else, I mean, it was just a very nice affair, and it was nice to see the kids and put a face to the names and where they're going and what they're going to major in and what college they are. I thought it was a great affair last night.
Any other board?
I'd like to echo what Mr. Ross said. I'd like to thank Mrs. Whipke for organizing that every year. It's one of the best things we do here at the district because it's recognizing the kids for their academic achievement. We had 63 students maintain a 93% or above over their 4 years of high school. That represented 36% of the class. That's a phenomenal achievement. Like Mr. Ross said, that's our highest achieving academic class ever in the district. It's also the first class to go K through 12,
Right.
only Central Valley. So
Joe. Anyone else?
great event.
Anyone else? All right, with that, I will take a Mr. May I have a second? Mr. Moad, all in favor?
Aye.